Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, November 24th, 2014. Friday. Okay, from a announcement perspective, there's really nothing to cover from Friday. Today is kind of light. Wednesday will be busy. Jobless claims are going to come out a day early because Thursday is a holiday. And Friday, the markets close. Looks like they're open in the morning and they close at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the New York Stock Exchange. And I imagine just about everybody else does too. So it's a half a day of trading on Friday. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. Why don't, I don't know. Not really sure. But that's neither here nor there. And I don't really know what that means either. Asia, let's see what's going on over there. Well, they're bullish pretty much across the board, and Europe is as well, except for one. It's just a hair off here. But they're doing relatively well. About here in the U.S., let's see here. Let's bring up, I wasn't ready for this. Sorry about that. Let's go to the big four. Oops. And here we are. Okay. Looks like we're going to gap up just a tad. Gold, pretty much flat. Oil is up to, is it 76.75? So it's been kind of creeping up from what is a low on this chart anyway, of around just a little bit, 74 and some change. And the VIX is down here at 14.75, so it's pretty low for the VIX. How are we doing here with the euro US dollar? $1.24, and the dollar is up at 88, which is pretty high. Pretty high. Let's take a look here at yeah, I do. Okay, dollar had a new high today, actually, which is why this is down to like $1.24.01, and let's zoom in on it. Yeah, that's it looks like we're trying to move towards parity here at $1.24. Is that telling me that the U.S. is looking stronger and Europe is looking weaker? I think that's pretty much the general picture that they're trying to paint here with those numbers. But we are short-term traders here, so it's just kind of interesting to take a look at that. And let's see how we did last week before we get into the scan. This is up on my blog, downloadable if you wish to. Okay, so we had all 50 deltas this last week. This is Alibaba, where I tried to correct or change sentiment on it. Both of them were losers. Thank you, Alibaba. But Chipotle was a winner, and so was Amazon. Chipotle, I had to bail early on Friday. It was not being nice to me at all. Let's take a look here. I'll leave this open. Chipotle, right here. Okay, see what it did. I had to get out. I don't know, I think I got out before this candle finished. I had an alert set. I knew it was going to gap up. Everything pretty much gapped up on Friday, and then almost everything started pulling back. Even Amazon did. Amazon had me a little bit worried, but it did recover and stop its slide. But Chipotle, I had to get out early, and I was fighting this candle on the way down because at first it was, oh, I'll take $1.10, or I'll. I had to keep raising my limit order in order to buy this thing back. So it was a battle. And if I think everything's been cleared out here, yeah. We had a new release over the weekend. I didn't check my email to see if they sent an email about it. Maybe it was a maintenance release. But there was a new release over the weekend of the platform. So, that is that. Now, Chipotle got out early, and here is Amazon. And Amazon had me a little bit worried, but I stuck to it. Didn't seem to have as much momentum as Chipotle did. And we came out on that. I had a limit order in to buy it back for a nickel. And it executed. Later, about mid-afternoon, I was out of that one. So, here it is. $3.80. I had 4 of them. I collected $1 for it and paid a nickel to buy it back. So there it is for you if you want it. Let's jump right into the scan for this week and see if there's anything we might want to do considering how things are going to be working out at the end of the week. All right, Apple, just get a little bit bigger. We did get a hook on Apple, but we didn't get down here to make it a 50 delta. So we just stayed away from it. And of course, Amazon, we kind of beat that one to death a minute ago. Anything new coming up on it? Well, possibly in the future. So we could slide this out a little bit. This is a good enough level here for us to consider this for a 50 delta. So if it preferably above the blue bar, but at least above the gray bar, or the off-white bar, or whatever color you might want to call that. To come down here and tap this baby down here, 30 or below. Ideally 20. So we might have another opportunity there. Here is Boeing, which I have a simulated diagonal on Boeing. And I don't know if I was supposed to do something on this last week or not. No, apparently. Okay, it's a November 4, so it is going to be expiring this week, this particular call. So under ideal conditions, I will be wanting to roll this, or if it's still out of the money, which it is in the money right now, because we're at 132, then we are going to want to roll it. If it's out of the money, then we would let it expire worthless and then pick another expiration. Or you could still roll it if you wanted to. Let's take a look at that if we would do that. We might want to roll it to this December 132, maybe to the 133. So we want to sell this. Can we still get an analyze rolling? No, because it's not a real trade, so it's not going to give us an analyze rolling kind of a trade. So if we were to sell this one for $1.24, let's lock that in. We collected $1 on this one, and it's now at $1.28, and here we are at $1.24. So we'd actually lose a nickel on that. So we wouldn't really want to do December. How about December 2? That's $1.64, so we might want to roll to December 2. Let's change this one back to $1. Oops. And this one would be $1.64. So we have to roll it. And then we got transaction costs. So we might make 10 cents on that or so, which would be $10. And we would bring our cost basis down here a little bit on this January 15. So far I'm not real impressed, because we don't have a lot of rolls left in this before we get to regular January expiration, maybe one or two more. But that's what the pros always talk about. Oh yeah, well, you can roll it, and you can roll it a bunch. I want to roll it a bunch of times. Okay, you have to make money. So we're actually rolling it up to one strike higher. Could we roll it to the same strike? Well, see, that would be a profitable situation if you went to the same strike. And you have to worry about getting called out, but that may be something to do. So I have to check with that and analyze that a little bit. But from a momentum trade or a vertical credit spread on this, it's not coming down here and giving us an entry. Okay, so Alibaba was not good to us, but I'm not going to be afraid of it. So we're going to want to stick with it. And we'll get rid of all of our drawings here. And let's look at this freshly. This is, frankly, 1, 2, okay, no, this is the second day. No, first day here, actually. First day of 50 delta entry. Second day. This is alertable. By the way, I unsynced my drawings. So whatever I take off of one, I'm going to have to take off of all of them if they happen to be on all of them. And the way that it's going to work out is I'm only going to have drawings on this chart, on the daily chart. Okay, so we need an alert on this. So it needs to get above this high. So we have one more day of an alert. At or above. That's good to me. I like that. All right. What are we looking at here for a possible open? Maybe a buck up. Nowhere near where our alert is. Needs to get above the previous high. That's the rule. Okay. Next. Well, that's close enough. Could be a little bit higher, but let's see. I hope this unsyncing is not going to be a problem here. Okay, Baidu, we're looking for a bearish trade on this. The bear call. We're waiting for it to come to our target. Let's go take a peek at Chipotle. And yeah, this was Friday. So we're out of that. And now we're looking fresh at this, and we're looking fresh at price consolidation and really sort of a lack of momentum in any sort of direction here. So we're taking a pass on that. Costco. Let's see, Costco's coming down into our target area. So maybe it is going to give us an entry. And you know, if it hooks today, because it's so strong, I may still consider it. It's looking like a 20 delta to me. So I may consider that for that. Take this off of here. Okay, so looking at a 20 delta for Costco. And that would be an expiration of a week from this Friday, which I think is Deck 1 expiration. Because Monday is the 1st of December. Whoa, geez, the last month of the year. Man, time flies. Okay. Dow, new high on Friday, and then pulled back. Gold, let's take a look at GLD. Still trying to show us a little bit of an uptrend, but it's really struggling. Google, are we still headed down? Yes, we are. It's trying to come up and give us an opening here. We'll have to slide that out here a little bit. Maybe it'll reach it, maybe it will not. Still might consider this for a 50 delta, even though we haven't really come up here and touched this. How are we doing? So, had a little bit of an interruption there. So it looks like as though Google's going to open up today. Gap up, even though there's no volume here, no trades yet, but the bid and ask is up here in 546 territory, and it's just changed again. So we may get another move up here into our target territory. All right, LinkedIn. Same thing, waiting for it to come up and nab our target. NDX, we have this Iron Condor on, which is of concern right now. NDX, we don't have a bid and an ask on it right now because it's based on a cash index. So that looks like it's in trouble, and we're waiting for it to come down here and give us an entry of for a 20 delta. So not even anything there. We'll see if there's some other cash index. If I was to do anything, I would do a Friday expiration. All right, Netflix, that Iron Condor simulated trade, of course, is in trouble. Netflix had kind of a big pullback. Now we got some action on it. Now we might be looking for something. Oops, up here. Let me get my target ready here. And we can get rid of this. Remove all drawings. It's going to be, I'm going to have to go through here on the intraday and weekly. I'll leave the drawing there. No, I'll take them all off. There must be some old drawings there that popped up. So now we're interested in a target up here because we think Netflix is going to continue its pullback. Priceline, got nothing happening here, but this is a setup right now. So we'll be taking a look at that for a setup today. We do just barely have an uptrend going on here with the moving average, but from a price perspective, we don't have squat. But looking pretty much everywhere else for some sort of confirmation, looks like as though that may be the way to go on this is an uptrend for Priceline. So I'm going to put it in the setup column for today. And of course, none of these are sure things. So the Russell actually is looking kind of nice. We were thinking about it on Friday, but it just did nothing from the open but pull back until late in the afternoon. So this is an encouraging sign here for a shorter term trade, and that would be an expiration of this week if we were to do anything there on the Russell. SPX, let's see if maybe we have the same story on it. No, there's really no comfortable place here to enter unless you were to take a look at the intraday chart for your entries, just because you're not getting any here on the daily. So you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I certainly don't have a problem with that. Let's jump over to Tesla. Tesla is giving us an entry here, or not an entry, but at least a setup here for a 50 delta. Not real excited about it. We'll take a look at it today and see what it does, but I'm not real excited about this. It was on our list for Friday and didn't come through due to the pullback for the entire day. So we'll see what happens today. And then we have Visa. Visa, we don't know what's going on there. So we still do want to stay away from that, folks. There's too much price consolidation in here. We're momentum traders. Don't even really like doing iron condors. With just pure momentum. So let's just stick with that. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.